Hello and welcome to another session of Mindful Data Mine. In today's session, we will talk about loops in SAS. So, if we want to perform a repetitive process, for that we use loops. In SAS, we have three kind of loop: do loop, do while loop, and do until loop. So, without wasting any further time, let's start with the practical. So, for any loop in SAS, the general syntax is we use do, okay, followed by the condition, and in the end we use end. In case if we are using do while loop, then it would be same with while and until. Okay, that means it will be like this. Here we will use while condition, and if I talk about until, it would be like this. That's the general syntax. The main difference in do while loop and do until loop is until run one extra time because it will first does the work, then checks the condition. Whereas in case of while loop, it will first check the condition, then it will do the work. Okay, so let's start with the do loop first. For this, I have scenario. Okay, let's assume there is a person X who bought a loan of 15 lakh from XYZ bank at the rate of 10.5% interest for 60 months. Now we need to calculate interest paid at the end of 60 months if EMI per month is 32409. Okay, so this is the condition. For this, in case if we want to create the interest paid, we will need to calculate every month interest for 60 months, right? How we can do is we'll create a data set, data, loan, EMI, do. Okay, here I'll put run in the end. My principal amount is 15 lakh. Okay, my annual rate of interest is 0.105 in the percentage. Okay, time is 60 months and EMI is 32409. Now to calculate the interest, we need to have the amount paid and what's the amount, right? EMI. What we can do is, because this is a repetitive process for 60 times, we will write a do loop, do month equals to 1 to t, where t is 60. Okay, and here I'll use end in the end. Now here what I'll do is I'll use cumulative amount paid plus AMI. Okay, and I'll use output. So when I'll put output here, this will generate a new row for me. Okay, now let's run this and see the results. Now my total number of rows are 60 because we run it for 60 times. Okay, for the first month my EMI was 32409. Amount paid, I'm using the EMI method only. That means I am summing up all the EMIs and in the end I'll subtract it from the actual amount that I've taken. Okay, so what we are doing here is I'm just summing up the EMI. So when we summed it up twice, it becomes 64,818. This happened for 60 times, and now I'll write if month equals to 60, then interest paid equals to this cumulative amount paid minus P. So this will run in the end and will give me the data on the 60th run. Okay, so I've paid an interest of 4,44,540 rupees. Now we can do the similar thing using do while loop and do until loop. So I'll keep the same condition, and what we need to do is we just need to update the loop. Now this time what I'll do is I'll use the do while loop. So it will be do while. Okay, then month I have to define first. Okay, now a month will go from here to here, and I'll say while month is less than equals to t, that is less than equals to 60. Okay, till that time what it needs to do the same thing, and after output, because this is the initial month, we need to increment the month. So after the output we will increase it by 1. Okay, now if I'll run it, I'll get the same results. We are getting 60 rows and the interest paid is same, 4,44,540 rupees. Similarly, if I want to use do until loop, I'll just copy and paste the same code. Here I'll change it to until, and now the condition would be like this: t is less than month. Okay, and when I'll run it, I'll get the same results. Okay, and as mentioned that the until, that is do until, checks the condition in the end but first generates the data. So if I change it to this condition, that is t is greater than month, that is 60 is greater than 1, which is not possible. In this case also it will generate the result for the one time. See, we are getting one record, and after that it is checking the condition. That's why I was saying that when we use do until, it run for one time. So this is how you can use loops in SAS. We will see more about loop usage when we are working with macros. Please let me know in comment section if you have any queries or question related to SAS loops. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.